Time to start.
We are live.
We're live.
Yeah. We are
Oh,
live.
awesome. Hey, how you guys doing today? It's Friday, and we're going to go on with the live videos for a while because we've been having so much fun and learning so many things together, and Javi and I can kind of work in tandem, which is kind of nice, I think, for you guys. So we'll go on this way and see how it works. I can see there are some other folks who do this kind of thing who are also doing the live format a good bit, and it seems like people like what they do too, so maybe this will be very good for us as well. So far I don't see anybody here, but that's okay. I want to keep talking, and then you guys can just catch up when you get here, okay? Today we're going to do more with the mixing of the resin and the perfect pearls, but we're going to experiment with like swirling the resin around, doing some unexpected things. Javi did the little short the other day. Probably a lot of you saw it. It is at YouTube. You can go see it. She does it in fast action though, so it could be short. She's doing the two-tone leaves. We're going to let you see them up close and take a little bit more time with them. And she will also demonstrate here, because some did say on the group that, oh, is there any way to slow it down? And so that she's going to slow it down for you today. It looks like we've got a couple people. Happy Friday. Hello.
Yeah, Beansy,
Beans
Gloria.
here. Hi. Oh, a bunch of them are showing up. Yay.
Hi, Gloria.
Wonderful.
Hi, Linda. I'm here.
Who's this?
Laura Tedesco.
Oh, everybody's hi, Laurel. Everybody's
Laurel?
showing up,
Sorry.
so this is going to be a good day. I gotta spend one more little cycle on this, and I got something here I want to show you. I did, and then I am going to abdicate my throne here, and I'm going to
Let's see if I can leave that.
let Javi come over and show you. You know, take a little bit. Yeah, that's how I usually do when we do Zoom. At the
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's good. Then she could come over here and show you how she does her leaves slower, and you can see the leaves. You can see the finished earrings, which are really awesome. She
Yeah,
put a little
I
wire
did
swirly
I
thing
did
on
bring
them,
them
which
in.
I'm a big believer in wire swirlies, so that's all good. Margie Roberts is here. I got 1, 2,
There
3,
you
4,
go.
5,
So there's
6.
something there.
Yeah, finally caught live.
Yay.
So that's so far. Yay.
Hi.
Debbie Nicholas is here. In fact, she's the Happy Friday girl.
Happy
Ann Osborne
Friday.
Reed, hello from Maryland. Hello, Ann. Thank you for coming. We're so happy you came. We're going to do some
We are
fun things
happy you
today,
guys came.
and you're going to be able to have more fun with UV resin colorized by Perfect Pearls. Now, I did want to mention to you, I think I did before, but I'm just going to say it again. Why not? Excuse me, just a minute. We should have a piece of white paper that we could stick under this, because with this background here, we need this here to do the... What can we do? What do we got? I know what we got. We got a piece of typing paper. That'll help. But computer paper. Anyway, I forgot completely what I was going to say when she put that down. So we'll blame her. We'll blame Javi this time.
I totally forgot about the white paper.
Yeah. Same with Juanilo. It's gone. Woo.
This is what happens when you're online.
Yeah. Especially when you're old and you can't remember nothing anyway. Hey, Michelle Flores. Cindy
Hey.
Peterson. I'm here, she says.
Woohoo.
All the way from
I'm
Oregon.
here, right here.
Woohoo. These are just so awesome. These are awesome.
Yay. Woohoo.
Yeah, the more you know how to do with this resin, the more you're going to say, boy, I wish I knew this a whole long time ago. Because it's just, the more you mess around with it, the more you know. Oh, now I know what I was going to tell you. We kind of are stuck on this perfect process, and that's because that's what we prefer. But you guys can colorize UV resin, like there's like 11, 12 ways that I know of that you can do it. We like the perfect pearls because of that, like the shimmer and the way you can mix them and all that.
It's just more shiny.
You can
cleaner.
use paint pens. You can use acrylic paints. You can use alcohol inks. You can use chalk. And there's more too. I'd have to review them. Picks over peas. Hey, it's Colleen Simons. Brenda, I love the items. I got my first store for you right to my birthday. Perfect gift. Colleen, I hope you got the gift in there too, because she won. Colleen won the gift a couple weeks ago. We had a little
Aw.
drawing that week, and she won it, and I think I stuck it in there. I told Jordan to stick it in there anyway. But anyway, I'm so glad you got them, and I'm so glad you like them, and we can't wait to see what you did with them. If anybody is watching this, whether it's live or it's later on, please know that you are warmly invited to come to the Bisou Boutiques Creative Group at Facebook. Okay? I hope you will come. Join us. We can't have enough people there. We have drawings every week for fun stuff. We have work table Wednesday, finish up Friday. We have earrings Sunday. We just talk about all kinds of stuff. And we have so many new ideas coming down the pike here. You don't want to miss them. Hey, there's Darcy, Joanne, and Pat that came along.
Darcy.
So glad. Hey, she says hi, everyone.
Hello.
So anyway, I was going to show you this real quick before I get up and let Javi show you her.
Yeah, just do what you need to do, Brenda.
Well, I will, because I'm the boss.
Exactly.
She gets confused on that sometimes, because to tell you, she is the boss of some things. Anyway, and it's a good thing, because we need her a lot. Anyway, so I did this. Now I'm going to have to break this up a little bit, but I just want to show you guys this. It was an idea I got, like to say, a wild hair. I love this book chain that we get. In fact, we do still have some on the site in a few colors. We don't have lots of it. Well, I think we have a good bit of gold left. I think one of the colors we have.
We do have a bunch for
or maybe it's the brass ox. I can't
remember either. I think
anyway,
it's
but
out
I
there
can
too.
always get more. But anyway, I love it for making charm bracelets and also bib necklaces to use the front of it. You only need about 6 to 7 inches. So you don't need the whole foot. So you could probably make 2 things out of 1 foot. And that's kind of cool because it is spendy. It gets more spendy all the time, just like everything else was so annoying. So we got to get clever with it. When things get a little spendy, we got to get clever with them. We all do. So this could have had a little bit more time in there. But I just wanted to show you. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, because it's still a little tiny bit tacky. Tacky, kind of like me.
Maybe if you bring it up over
Up
here.
here, yeah.
Yeah.
Over here.
So they can see it.
I put tint on it.
I'll zoom in.
Can you zoom it? Because I only put it on very faintly.
Bring it up a little bit. Just a smidgen. There you go. Perfect.
You see that?
Woohoo. I can see it.
Yeah, and I just did it faintly because here's the deal. In fact, Javi said to me, Brenda, when you do that, it's going to roll off. Yeah, it will if you put it on too thick. But if you just glaze over the top, however you want to say it, you won't have that issue too much. And you have to kind of watch it because if it gets down in like here, let me get a toothpick so I can point to it. If it gets down like into here-ish, like that, you'll have to break it up a little bit. You don't want to get a big puddle of it in there because once it cures, it's going to be difficult for you. But this is going to be fine. It just needs to cure a little bit more. It's still kind of... But I just wanted to show you the possibilities. I mean, I think like if you use like blue patina, this color, can they see it? Yeah. This color, this is coming in next week. Probably in about 2 days, actually.
I like that color.
That over this with a little bit of the clear UV resin. Awesomeness. Like for making for jeans, Jordy goes jeans, a little bit of bling with it and all that kind of thing. And off you go. We love our perfect pearls, but I thought, as soon as I did this, I was just like, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, because look, here are these little, can I see it?
The little hearts?
Yeah. Just
that looks cute there.
And it's the same color, but it looks a little darker on there. But what this was Poppy. Poppy? Which is on its way.
We do have some.
Oh, do we have a couple of them yet?
Yeah.
We have some that are like 2 or 1. We have some that there's a whole bunch, but I just put in another big order, so we're getting like 7, 8 new colors. But anyhow, just to show you like how it would make a difference with it. Like if you put colored things with it, like here's a colored thing you could put with it. You just guys get the idea. It's going to be wonderful. Here's one I did 2-tone, but I will show you that one later. But anyway, Lots and lots and lots of possibilities there. Okay, and then I want to show you this, and then we're going to let Javi talk. We really are.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, well, everybody said, could she show us slower? Well, she sure can.
Yeah, I should have made a longer
well,
video.
we've been making the short videos. Well, she has been.
Yes.
She took a couple of the videos from YouTube and she kind of spliced them and condensed them and did stuff that I did and did the short ones out of it. But then she started just doing them herself, and they really were better that way. And she kept saying to me for a long, long time, Javi said, Brenda, they're too long. Younger people don't have this kind of a concentration span. Need to be shorter. So she started doing them, and we have a nice response to them. But the thing is, what we did find out is they're too fast for a lot of us ones who like to really take our time. So we're going to give it to you both ways. And that's all good. Okay, now I want to show you something else I did. This is one of these. We have lots of them on the website. I took in, there's several colors on this. And I used paint pens on it. Can you
bring it up?
Bring it up a little bit, and then can you zoom down on it? Because it kind of looks like...
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. All right. See what we
there
can
we
do. Okay. All right. If you get it, can you bring it a little bit closer, or is that as best you can do? That's probably the best you can do. Okay. There we go.
Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm seeing shadows from my angle. I'll look at the iPad in front of me and start looking at hers, because we're doing this with two iPads and a phone. Okay, so what I did on this one is I just applied paint pens, just going around this book. And then I had a little bit of this poppy stuff left, the resin with poppy in it. And I did my top coat with that. And you think, why would you do that? But look how it just kind of blended and flowed. I like it. It kind of gives me like a feeling of really beautiful fabric kind of feeling. To me. Anyway, that's me. So I like that. So that was another thought, just to take your paint pens and just paint it up however you want. And then let it dry for maybe 5 minutes or so. And then take and mix up your resin. You could do a clear if you don't want to do that. But I had the poppy left, and I said, what would happen if? What would happen if? And sometimes that's how you figure out some of the best things, is when you say to yourself, what would happen if? And you just go for it. Just go for it and try and see what happens. And so many times you'll be surprised. You'll have a happy accident. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, well, that was a mistake. But you would never have known any other way, right? So anyway, that's how. So we see who else is here besides Beans.
Yeah, there was
Andrea's here. Joanne, I think Maureen Baranoff is here. Hey, Maureen, how you doing? I like all your little sewn things you're doing. I watch my feet all the time. Those little sewn, the little kind of like prims. They're so cute, so cute. So anyway, here's one last thing. Is this? This is this. Clear. We have lots of them at the site. I don't think people have noticed them for some reason. I really don't know why, but they haven't noticed. We have, really, we have thousands of things on that site, so it's easy to miss them. And like a piece like this, okay, if you've been following me for a long time, you've seen this for a long time as well. It's like, oh, yeah, I've seen that, oh, blah, blah, I've seen those hearts before. Okay, they're no less beautiful, but you might want to see something, what else could I do with it, and you can't think. Well, that's what our job is to find out what the new things are and how we can show you how to do them. And now, there's 4 people here who can do this stuff, not just me. So it does not all have to come out of my head, We got Javi, of course. We have Lauren, who's very good at it, and Diane is quite good, too. And we've got 4 people here who can present projects. So, you can look forward to a lot of fun going forward. But getting back to this glitzy, blingy heart, all I did is I had a little bit of poppy left. And I took it and I just kind of swirled it around on there, and then I pulled it off with a toothpick so it wouldn't be real glurpy into it. And what I did is I tinted it. So now I have a pink rhinestone heart. I could have got a little bit more on right down here, but anyway, I didn't want it to be glurpy. But now I have a pink rhinestone heart. which I only ended up with this one to begin with, but now I could change it up and have a pink one, which I might never have found a pink rhinestone heart. So, you know, it's just, what else can I do with the parts, you know?
You can do a lot with the
Right.
resin.
And
Discover
a lot of things. And like I had with the chain. Okay, I'm gonna bring this out. I showed this picture on the group the other day. You were with Rob when Andrew got married.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys were engaged yet or not.
No.
Not quite. But anyway, when Andrea got married, that's Robbie's sister and Javi's sister-in-law, Donna. If you remember Donna, that's her daughter. She's tall and looks like Cindy Crawford. Anyway, she's a beautiful girl. Anyway, she wanted Aunt Brenda to do a bridal bracelet for her wedding. You know, you usually think, oh, she'd want a necklace. But, hey, Chris. There's two Chris's here.
Yeah,
so. 2-1. So she wanted a bracelet, but I thought, you know, why make her a bracelet? Just a bracelet. It needs to be convertible so that she can wear it as a necklace too. So sure enough, there was another wedding later on down the line. And here comes Andrea, and she has it on as a necklace. But I did this for her, and I had such a good time doing it. As you can see, it's just, you know, it's just these hearts that we have on the site. I'm never without them. And some of these other little bits and parts which we have on the website too. This piece I can't get anymore. I had it for the longest time and I can't get anymore, but I'm sure if I search around I can find something similar to it because I do miss it. But what is nice about these, you could do the swirled mixed resins like Javi did on that and it would be wonderful. Sure. But if you want to learn how to engrave with a Dremel, which I have a couple videos on it, that's what I did for hers. And so I wrote on it, Princess Bride, Andrea, Ethan, that's her husband's name, and then Andrea over here. And so it makes it real personalized and special for her. So anyway, but that's, you know, convertible. I always say if you're going to make a big funky bracelet, give them an extra chain so they can turn it into a necklace too. And then you got a 2-for-1. So that all works out very good, I think. All right, so having said all that, I am going to get out of this seat, and Javi is going to come over here, and she is going to show you how she gets her look on these leaves. So let me get out of the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have the SKU number for those or not.
I do not. I thought I wrote it down, but
okay.
It's in the leaf section.
Well, let me see if I can get it. I don't have my chair over here.
Okay. Wow, this is not bright enough over here. Oh, dear. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So I got, these were antique brass. So I'm going to use the raw one. So since we have so many of those, we have lots of those, guys. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that with the, with Forever Red in the Perfect Gold. Yeah, right there.
And I think that's coming back in too.
Yeah, the Forever Red's coming back. We have
gold.
We have the Perfect Gold one. I'm gonna zoom in here because clearly I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so of course we're gonna start off with our little baggie, and we're gonna need the resin. I should actually have 2 baggies. Never mind. I'm gonna push this all back. Sorry about that. Okay, and then you guys need some toothpicks as well. Whoa, that was way too many toothpicks. Overdid it. Sorry. Okay. So I like picking my pieces up and just holding it like right about there when I'm doing it. But for the first part, we're going to have some UV resin poured out. I'm going to pour a good amount on there. Okay. So that's pretty good. And I'll pour some over here on this side as well. You guys can see that. Probably can't. So sorry. It's kind of hard to do both. There we go. Okay, so I did pour some. This is delayed a lot. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I have some here and I have another one here. I'll bring it out in a moment. I'm just going to leave these over here. I'm just going to mix one with red. Ooh. that's a lot. I like mine deep red. I'm gonna do, that's way too much. There you go. Just like 1 or 2 scoopies of that with your toothpick would probably be fine. And then I'm gonna just mix it. This is what's so handy about these little baggies. I do like that. Just mix it. Mix it until you see no more like little, what's this called? The powder itself.
And you use the brass ox blanket, right?
Yeah, I use the brass ox, but right now I have the raw ones.
Oh, okay.
Since we have like loads of them.
Tons of them.
Yeah.
We have a good many in brass ox too.
I'm just gonna mix that in. I'm gonna leave that by the side and then do the other one. You know, I'm just gonna move this because you guys can't see what I'm doing. Okay, and then I'm gonna get the gold out.
This is your skew.
Oh, that's my skew. So the raw, these leaves right here are leaf LF 01672 for the blinks. So we're gonna get some of this. I'm sorry if I don't see you. I would like to try to engrave it. Yeah, you could try to engrave it, Joanne. That would be pretty cool. You can always engrave it first and then resin it over it and just do like, you know, lightly. Oh, there's not enough gold in here. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. And one more won't kill it. Okay, that's pretty good. I like mine deep. Deep color. That doesn't seem enough. Okay, I'm going to just mix this. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. So I just like that how I had it on this color over here. There we go. That was probably enough. And just keep mixing, just keep mixing. I just work with toothpicks. If you have a better idea, that'd be great. There's probably a better idea. There's probably like a little tool for resin. I have no idea. So what are you guys saying? Yay, hobby. Okay, so I got this pretty much mixed enough, I think. I'm just going to bring it all back in the middle. So then when I'm pouring it, it's easier. So I'm just going to, hopefully these are still in frame. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to just bring these two closer. Bring this in the middle here. This is going to be a little tough. I'm going to get some more toothpicks because this is where you go toothpick crazy here. There's probably a better way, but oh well. Okay, so I'm going to get started with my first leaf. I'm going to make sure which way I want these. Okay. So, I'm just going to pour some from here. I did the red first. Whoops. Gotta remember to bring the baggie close enough. Can you guys see that? I'm sorry. I'm just going to go to the edges of the leaf. Just going to try to put it straight forward. Because if I tilt it towards my way, it tends to want to all slide that way. So I'm going to move this way. I'm trying to see how far I went up the leaf with the red. I tried to go halfway. I might have just did more than half. There you go. So it should be like that. Halfway. Whatever your preference is. You could do like less red and more gold, or more red and less gold. So I'm going to just put this side up here. Whoa, maybe I do more gold this time. Yikes. Okay, I'm just going to swirl it a little here. Get it all to all the corners. And I'm not going to touch them together just yet. Just trying to get it close enough to the corners here.
One color on top, one on the bottom.
Yeah, just like they're touching, but not
not
really
running into each other.
like the river.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just pop any bubbles if they're here. I think I see one right there. So next, this is a little tough part, but I blend these right in the middle. So then you get like this little cool pattern here. And I know I forgot a part, so I'm going to do that in a second. There we go. Just blend it a little. Like just the middle part, just blend a little. Just going to try to keep the gold on top though. That's one part there.
Ooh.
Oops, sorry.
Be lucky.
I forgot to put a little bit more red on top.
This kind of goes to your liking and your eye.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, pretty much. I just wanted it in the corners a little bit more. So, you know, it just depends on what you guys like. You know, if you guys want it more. Just the corners, more gold in the middle. Just depends on what you guys... What are you guys saying? Toothpicks are good. Yeah, toothpicks are wonderful. So I'm just gonna... I see a little problem here. I see a little problem here I'm getting here. There we go. Maybe I'm tilting it too much towards my
You know
side.
what? When doing this, I haven't seen many bubbles come up. Have you?
No, just on one of my pieces, but not too much. You just got to make sure if you blend that really good, you'll get the bubbles out. For some weird reason. There's like 1 or 2 bubbles that come up, but if you see it ahead of time, you can always pop them. So the next step, I'm going to use my toothpick here and just go slide it down. And then by the corner over here, I have another plastic baggie, and just remove that and put it on the plastic baggie. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to keep going straight down. Plastic baggie. Straight down, plastic baggie. You guys can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I do swirled one. Of course, in the short, I do it much faster because I'm using like 10 toothpicks for just one piece.
And that's fine because they don't cost anything hardly.
Yeah, so
get a whole big thing of them for a buck.
You could just do that. Whoops.
So use all the toothpicks you need to.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I knew that was going to happen. Oops. Try not to tilt my little... Pretty much, just like
She's mesmerized by your work.
Who is? So I'm gonna
Beans,
try to
I think
see
it
how
was.
that...
Joanne says, we can see it good.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
What
Yeah,
kind of
pretty
paint
nice.
pens are you using? Right now, she's just using Perfect Pearls, but the paint pens I use are cheap ones, Gloria, that I got out of the dollar store.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they were going to be so wonderful, so I only bought one package, and they had 10 or 12. But when I went back, no mas. They were gone. That's it. No more. So
Like the one.
I went on the internet. I went to China. I went all over the place looking and looking. And do you think I could find? I looked at a dress on it, everything. Couldn't find the maker. Couldn't find a distributor. Couldn't nothing. So I was quite sad. So anyway, long story short, I still have a few of them and I'm using them. But you can really, I like metallic pens, paint pens. So anywho, that's what I have now. I have coming some samples of another company that are distributing us, and then there's always the Spectrum Noir. That's the ones I was going to tell you about.
That's pretty good.
I carried them years ago. They're alcohol ink pens. They're really good too. I think they've improved them. So trying that again. But yeah, just try anything. And also don't forget acrylic paint. Acrylic paint works fine to colorize too, you know. But yeah, you can paint your piece first and then resin over it.
I'm gonna get a little bit of
Now,
this.
do they all have a different look about it? That looks good.
Yeah, I got it on the top by accident. And that happens, I guess.
No,
There's
that
too
looks
much.
good. I wouldn't fuss with that very much.
Nope, I didn't think
'Cause
so.
what happens is when you keep fussing with it, you just make it worse.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I do.
I know. Just stop to a certain point and
Yeah,
just
just
cook it.
make it work.
I'm just gonna...
Oh, beans on the
scoop
dollar
this
store
one.
too. You should have bought some. No, these were like no name.
There we go. Hopefully
Metallic markers, it said on it. So
I'm gonna flip
anyway,
that way while it's cooking.
so
I'll do that for 5 minutes if I were you.
what a shame, because that heart is beautiful.
What heart?
You can still do it.
On what?
Yeah, I used those, and then I used another one from another company, another set I had. But what I'm stressing is that you don't have to buy expensive ones, you know.
I used to buy gel pens all the time.
Gel pens.
From the dollar store.
Do they work on metal?
You know what? I don't know. I always did it on my hands.
Do you know what works on
As a
metal
child,
too?
of course.
And I have not tried it, but I think there's a whole group on Facebook about it. Is where they take and they use colored pencils on brass. I think it's mostly on raw brass.
Oh.
They use colored pencils on it, and
man.
it's really a different look. It's very pretty, but it's very soft, you know. Anyway, Donna Warren likes it. Looks good. Metallic markers, yeah. And you got like 6 now. I'm just so mad I
Dangerous
didn't
hobby.
buy more. But anyway, Sharpies. Don't forget your Sharpies. Sharpies work
Sharpies
great
have
too.
metallic.
And Sharpie has metallic too. And then there's the Testors paint pens, which are very good, but they're super opaque. I like something that's a little sheer, just a tiny bit sheer. But that's me. You know, if you're looking for opaque, Testors are the way to go. They're very, very good. They're like, you know, the model paints. I mean, when I was a kid, my brother used to like to get these kits as a model kit where you put together this car or something, and you had to paint it. And you always use Testors paints to paint it.
Really?
Yeah.
Just that
They
color?
were the best ones. You know,
I see.
all the hobby stores, that's what they had. That's what they recommended, Testors paints. Well, they still have them. But now you can get them in a paint pen, and I like that because you get control. More control with a paint pen. So, than a brush sometimes. At least to me, anyway. So anyhow, let's see what's happening.
Let's just try to put this on the middle here.
Yeah, they look great.
Woo-hoo. You can always do this with different colors too.
Yeah, and you know, go out in nature a little bit because you know the leaves are changing big time now. Go out and see all the different colors on the leaves.
How about if you
And
don't?
you could make yourself a whole bunch of different colors. Like you can make a falling leaves necklace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? You know, just have them all coming down.
Sorry.
All different colors, not the same. You know, all different.
No, yeah, it's some with a more like
Yes.
gold,
Yeah,
some more brown. That'd look lovely, actually.
Yeah, 12-count pack of Sharpies. Well, you should try them, Gloria. I think you'll like them. Sharpies work great. You know, who would have thought? Years ago, when I used to do mall shows, and you'd be sitting there like all week. You go in, you start on Wednesday, you'd be done Sunday night. The only good days really were like Saturday and Sunday. But you had to be the other days. So you'd be sitting there like bored out of your mind with tears running out of your eyes. You know that feeling because you're already so tired from getting ready, bringing everything, setting it up. You have to stay busy. You can't sit there and look like, you know, you're not engaged. You know, nobody's going to talk to you. You're not going to sell anything. So I had a pack of Sharpies down in my office bag for where I kept track of stuff. I always took a little office bag that had bags and wraps and string tags and markers and receipt pads and all that. Well, I had Sharpies down there, so I thought, I wonder what that would look like, this blue one. I wonder what it would look like on one of these charms here. I thought, okay, let's try it. I was bowled over. They work so well, and you really didn't have to seal them. They weren't chipping off. They weren't anything. But you know, back, 25 years ago, I don't know if they had Sharpies in all these colors and all these different ways that they make them now. So all I had was black and blue. But I had a ball with them, and then I would try to antique a piece. Like I would just color it all over with black, and before it dried real quick, I'd, buff it off, and I was just having a ball with them. So those were my early exploits with Sharpie markers. They worked very nicely. Yeah. very nicely. See how pretty that is?
Yeah, I can't.
And you know,
it's like
you don't
a-
have to make them all looking the same.
Yeah, you don't have
You
to.
know, in nature they're not the same. So
That's true. So that's how that one turned out.
yeah. So where's the other one? Is it in there curing already?
Yeah,
Okay.
I let it go.
Very pretty. And then she just takes and makes a little swirly thing.
Yeah,
I like
look
that
at-
little extra ornament. Really adds to it a lot.
Which extra ornament?
The little swirly.
Oh yeah,
piece of
I was
wire.
like thinking what to put on there. Like I'm like I don't want to just leave it plain.
Yeah, because you know it's still.
I
it
could've
would
put
be
something
still
else.
beautiful, but adding that just makes it look extra. What kind of wire was that, Javi? That
I
was-
just used a head pin. Cut off the piece of the head pin
Yeah, one of
The
those
eye-
one of
yeah.
those long ones.
that has the
Because
flat at the bottom.
Gloria was asking me the other day, you know, artistic wire used to have an
That's what I
antique
did.
brass wire that was pretty sweet, and she had a big roll of it, but she was afraid she was going to run out, and she wanted to know if she could get more. She couldn't find it, and we didn't have any more on our site, so I got hold of my rep for that company and said, what's the deal? Can I get some or what? And they said, no, right now, all we have is this gunmetal type color that actually is not gunmetal. It's more like a dark antique brass. If you order that, you'll probably be happy with it. So I didn't get it yet, but I think I will get a little I did try it one time, and I do think it wasn't too bad. But yeah, with Javi's idea, if you just need a little piece of wire, get one of our long eye or head pins that we have.
Yeah.
And cut the end off.
Don't forget
And
to
then
clean
there
your
you
hands
go. I
after
mean,
this.
I've done that a lot of times. And you know what? On the eye pins, that's how I make ear wires.
Yeah, that'd be because they're
You don't
heavy
have to
enough
wrap
gauge.
the end. Just get it and just wrap it around a marker. That's the right size.
Yep, and then just clip
And
the
pull it down, cut the end of it. But
cut the tail.
it's
of
a
it,
good
yeah.
idea to do two at a time, because then that way you have them the same.
Yeah, at the same time. I know there's a
There's a
technique that
nice
some people
yeah.
do.
It's on our site.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Oh yeah,
An artisan. I can't remember her name right now. I should.
Yeah, I used to love doing
She
that.
Francesca Watson. She made a tutorial for us one time on how to make
It's still on the website.
ear wires. And she shows on there, so if you want to look that up in the tutorial section of our site, it's there. Feel free to print it out. You can keep it. And her method is excellent. She's very good at metalwork. So they both.
I feel like this one.
Oh no, that. Are you sure that one's done?
No. Should just throw this one in here while I'm here.
I
we
would.
go.
I would. I would.
There you go, Brandon. Now you can work.
Care a little bit hard. Oh, I get to come back and work.
Yeah, you can come back now.
Oh.
Come
Well.
back.
Anyway.
Were you going to show them something else?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why
We got
not,
time.
guys? We guys got a lot
We
of
got
stuff here.
time.
Let's see what they're saying because we're kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, hi, Debbie. Donna, weird Sharpies. Oh, she likes the Sharpies.
Yeah, they work
Sharpie,
out
Sharpie,
pretty
Sharpies.
good.
How long do
I
you
used
have to
carry
cure
a
them in
set
a light?
of them on my site,
For
but
the
they're
darker,
easily-
the red, I would cure for 5 minutes because it does take a while.
Oh, there's Deborah from Quebec, and Colleen.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Mail just arrived. My BC
Yeah, I
order
was
was
just looking
sent.
to. How long do you have to cure them in the light? That's a good question, Joanne. On these nail curing, this is what you buy is a UV nail light. That's what they're called. Amazon, they're all over. We do have one. We have the flashlight on our website, and we have a small starter one, and it works just fine, but it takes longer. So the
It takes
the
way
bigger
longer.
ones, have a little bit more guts to them, more power to them. So. Yeah, so I'll show you in a minute when her leaf is cured. I'll bring this one over and you can,
Yeah,
you can see which one I like.
When I did them, I cured them in the sun because my lights are not powerful enough. So
Yeah, you can do
I
that
didn't
too.
want
If you have a nice, bright, sunshiny day, you can
Yeah.
take them out. How long does it take on the sun?
20 minutes.
20 minutes,
probably.
yeah, not too long.
It's not too long.
You-
If you're doing a bunch of all at the same time, get it
Yeah.
over with, put it out there.
If you're doing
near
standard,
the
if you're doing standard resin too, here's a little tip to accelerate it. What you can do is when you start it, you mix it all up really good, and put it on a cup warmer for about 5 minutes, and that starts to get the resin activating. Then apply it in a sheer, coat. It's not good for deep bezels, just a sheer coat. And then run that outside and let it sit in the sunshine and it'll cure real fast, but not as fast as UV does. UV is like
Yeah,
super
UV
fast.
is
So this one has a schedule on it, or a cycle, I should say, of 5 seconds, 30 seconds, and 60. So we always put it on 60, just so you know. And it usually takes anywhere between 3 minutes, 360 sessions, 60-second sessions, or whatever cycles, to maybe 5. If you're doing a little bit more, like deeper, you're trying to do a bezel. Of course, you know with UV, you can't do a deep bezel all at once. You have to pour a little bit in, cure it, and then pour a little bit in, cure it, and then pour it. But you can still do everything you did with the other resins. It's just, you know, for the deeper stuff, thicker, you need to do it in layers, you know. So anyway, that's pretty much how it. There's Dara. Dara must have gone out of school already, huh? Yes. Beans bring up something good as long as a bug doesn't stick to it.
Well, I don't put it. You can put it outside with a plate and, you know, like saran wrap it.
You put something over it?
Yeah, I try
like
to put.
Tent?
Yeah, I try to put a lot, but unless you don't have a tree near you, like I do, I don't put anything. Usually I just put in front of the window as well. If there's a lot of sunlight through the window, just pull up your blinds.
Yeah, pull it in the window. Yeah, because that could be one issue. Yeah.
Now it depends if you have like animals too.
Yeah, like if we have an animal here with
so
her,
do I,
and her hair is floating in the air, so there you go with that too. So I prefer the light box, and they're not expensive, you know. So it's like we have several of them here. I have this one. I gave Javi my last one because she didn't have one. She told me she didn't have one. She had the one from the site, which is good. But it's a beginner's light, and it takes longer. And you can't put as much in it because it's smaller, you know. But it, you know, works out good enough. I'm gonna put this on another cycle.
Yes,
for you,
please.
Javi.
I usually do 5 minutes for the
Do you do
for
5?
the UV
do
light.
you do 5 of them? Yeah. So anyway, well, so now I should be doing something because it's getting kind of boring here in the front.
Yeah, do some of your charms or something.
Yeah. So is this one mine or yours? I think it's yours.
No, that's yours. You can use it.
I'll keep it. Okay, so here, I was going to bring this out too. Oh, we got this sitting on here. This is a necklace that I finished the other day, finally, and it's with the heart charms that I did a couple weeks ago. After Javi showed us what she did. And then I kind of did my thing with them, and you know, that's what it's all about. You watch somebody do it, you know, in these videos or whatever, class or whatever you do, and then it's on you to take it to the next level. Or make it look like the way you would want to do it, you know. So, anyway, can we see it here? I guess this one's a little slower than that.
Yeah, that's why I can't trust that.
With the two. Okay, so here are my heart charms that I did, and I put them on the chain, and I used this stuff, in case you want to know. It's a chain 0114. It's a bead and link chain in the silver color. Actually, it's imitation rhodium, so that's why it blends so good with these silver ox charms. Silverware, silver plate, we call it. But anyway, I used this. But you could also use something like this too. And really, this would make an excellent piece to put in the front of a necklace, because it's just a little piece. You don't have to make a great big one. The only thing is if you're going to do that with this kind of chain, and you're going to use it for a necklace front, then you have to count. You have to have an odd number of links, because you have to have one in the middle. So let's see if I have that. I don't know if I do or not. I have to check. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I don't. So I will probably take one off. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I might take one off. And I see this one's kind of pulled apart a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and chop it off.
Yeah, go ahead and get rid of it.
Or just use it for
I don't
something
know where
else.
here it is. I just feel like something's missing when I don't have this thing on. I'm making jewelry. So I'll just pull this off.
You kind of need the other pliers for that.
Yeah, 2 pairs. These are, you know, take a little bit more to get the links removed. So you stick 2 in there and just pull it out like that. Bye-bye. You could save it for something else.
Can I have it? Beansy said.
What's that?
Beansy said, "Can I have it?"
Well, if you want to pay the postage.
I'm listening in my car. I will
Okay,
watch it
so
again.
we
Thanks.
got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2. I might have done that wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been a little while since I did this. It goes by. It's not by the links. It goes by this part. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I got equal again. So I got to take another link out. I think.
Can you put the other link back in if you want to?
Nah. Well, I could, but I don't think I want to.
Okay.
Okay, so then I have. Yeah, I think I'll be right.
Beansy said, "Sorry, I couldn't
I
resist."
get on here so often. I say, yeah, you guys, this is what you do and all that. Like, whoops. No, I got that wrong.
Oh, it's okay. Nobody's perfect.
Well, I know, but you tell people to come and visit with you and
when
you
you
can't
have-
even show them right.
Why do you have this piggy over here?
Oh, I want to show my piggy. We'll see how
Hey,
many
it
of you
stands up by
remember him
himself.
because I haven't had him for years.
Really?
Yeah, but I searched Saturday for several hours and I found somebody whose stomach's. So I got some. Because I've been thinking, what do I want to do with laser cut wood? Maybe I want to do something with that. I don't know. So anyway, so I started out looking for this guy. And I'm just going to interrupt what I'm saying because I do that all the time. I go off on a tangent. Here he is. When pigs fly.
When pigs.
You want to zero in on him?
Yeah, I'll zero in on him.
It's made in America. It's birch wood. And they have it stained a little bit on one side and not on the other one. But if you wanted to stain a little bit more, you could have, going left and right. But anyway, yeah, here's When Pigs Fly. When I ran out of him, I think people wept. She's listening in a car, watch again later. Yeah, I'll be watching again later, too. Anyway, When Pigs Fly. I think this guy is about my favorite charm of any I've ever had. And I've had some nice ones. But I was so thrilled to be able to find him again. Joan says she found a big stash of hearts. Definitely going to try the resin treatment. You need to. You need to. Yeah, I know. Beans, she bought these for me years ago. But I couldn't find them for the longest time. And I went looking. I thought, no, come on. They got to be somewhere. I got to be able to find them somewhere. So I keep moving this out of the frame. Yeah. There we go. So I did. I found them. So we don't have them on the website yet, but we will soon. I don't know if Javi will have time after. Probably not, because she's got some other things she has to do. But we'll get them on, even if I have to make a really miserable picture and she has to fix it later. Anyway, so I just want to show you When Pigs Fly came in. About him again. Okay, so what was I talking about? I was talking about putting these on. So, okay, you have to have an odd amount. And then, two, if you put the resin on, this really could be cured a little bit more, being honest with you. But I want to go ahead with it. So, okay, so I have to find the middle length. So, where is that? That would be. And you have to be sure this is turned around right, too. Okay, there. The middle length would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it should be this one. 4 on each side. Yeah, this is the middle link. Right here. I'm going to stick a pin in it so I don't forget. Okay, so I'm going to put one on. Let's just say I was going to put this one. Okay, so now I need my, they're right here. Right in front of me. How many times did it happen to you guys?
I don't. It's just because I think it's because there's too many lights and cameras.
Oh yeah, we'll just blame it on other things, right? Actually, these are a little brighter than I'd like them to be, but let me put this on one more time for Javi.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then like we were saying, those long head pins would be good. We have one they call dirty brass. I think I still have a lot of them. They might not be on right now. We got to get them on. But anyway, they were good.
Do you guys have any questions?
Yes, please. If you have any questions,
if you have any questions about
or if you have some
anything,
advice for us, we don't know everything.
Or if you guys want us to try something else.
Yeah, or if you have some advice for us, if you've tried it and you're good at this and you have something to tell us, hey, we don't know everything. By far, we don't know everything. So it would be good if you shared it with us. Now, this is a little bit hard because you have this knob on the end that you have to compete with. And now I lost my way. 1, 2, 3. This goes in this one. So maybe what I'll do is shove this up here a little bit. In fact, I got a better idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just going to go in this way and I don't have to worry because it doesn't have anything on it yet. And then I'll slip it on. Sometimes, you know, if you use your head, there we go. There we go. I know this works. I have proof. Okay,
It's
just
true.
make sure I have the colored side going.
I didn't know how you did it. I thought you did it by double jumping or something.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I have to look at the picture again. It's probably just one.
Yeah, no.
Just bigger jumps, maybe.
Yeah, these are pretty good sizes. I don't want too big ones. If you guys ever notice, if you use jump rings that are too big, they kind of stick up weird.
Yeah.
Like you ran out of the right size, and so you just had to substitute these. Okay, I can't see so good. All right. It's nice and fresh. Okay, so now it's in the middle. So usually for me, once I establish which one's the middle, I can go from there and just kind of plot a course. So what I'll do a lot of times is I'll go with the biggest one in the middle, and then I will go from there and do smaller ones going out. Now, I don't have a lot of space on this, obviously. It's not going to end up being a big, big necklace. So maybe I just put this, they kind of sort of go. They go with it. So where would they get put? Let's see. They would get put here. You'd have 2 out and 1 in between. So let's see if I can do that. Maybe I can even string another little bit of chain on there and show you what the necklace. Of course, this is a much smaller necklace than I made the other day. But, oh, there's something else I wanted to tell you guys about. I just about got my Ruby Lane shop ready to go. I have to just upload some pictures and stuff yet. Got all the details worked out. And I'm going to go back on Ruby Lane and we'll see what's going on. But the one thing about it is we went on the other day to check some stuff out about the requirements for photos. And we didn't see a lot of people who had our kind of jewelry on there, did we, Javi?
No.
It was a lot of gemstone jewelry, which is wonderful. Gemstone jewelry sells well. But it was this kind of seen it all before stuff.
Bye, Colleen.
Bye, Colleen. Thanks
She's
for
leaving.
coming.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for
We'll still be
coming.
here.
It's nice of you to come. Very nice for you to come. So anyway, we're like, I don't know. So we looked all around because they have a lot of jewelry shops. And just like one gemstone jewelry shop after another. And they kind of, some of them were kind of original, but the difference between them was just the stones that they used. So, but they're still nice. Nothing wrong with that. I love using gemstones, but I like doing something different, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we thought, well, we don't know. Maybe this isn't. But I think it's going to be good. And Ruby Lane has a new deal now. It used to be, what'd you pay? Beans was on there for a long
Yes,
time.
Means says I plan to get back there.
Yeah, they, well, now's a good time because now's when you'll sell. That's why I'm hurrying. Because I'm hoping, you know, that works out for me. But anyway, so they have a new deal. You used to pay $65 no matter what. You know, that was your rent, so to speak. Well, they've changed it. They've wiped that out, and you pay $25 a month. But if you keep, I think it's 30 things in your store at all time, and they can see evidence that you've added more every week, they will rebate that to you, and you will pay no rent. None. The only thing you will pay is a final value fee, and it's very reasonable. It's not anywhere near as much as Etsy's. It's cheaper than Etsy. The big thing is they just want to be sure that you are consistent and continually loading stuff to your store all the time. So I'm like, well, you know, I know that's what works for Etsy. If you want to sell at Etsy, that's the big thing for me that I've found. You know, for our stores, we have to have new stuff in there every day, and that's why Hobby was loading new stuff this morning. We were trying to get ready for this too.
On Etsy.
Got to have new stuff. I'm going to see if I can do something over the weekend. I'm trying to learn to do photos the way that she and Diane do, because they do great photos, and mine are just kind of like, okay. So, and we all know you need better than okay. So, I'm going to try and see if I can get something on there too and just be real consistent with that. But mostly next week I'm going to be working real hard on getting my ruby done. And hopefully by the weekend after that, it will be. And then we shall see what happens. You know, you never know if you're going to try. All I know is I have racks of jewelry that I have made for videos and stuff. And some of it I've sold, but a lot I haven't. So it's like I need to show this to somebody and see if somebody wants to buy it. I mean, I've sold a good bit of my jewelry, even not hardly trying. So we'll put it over there and see what happens. I don't know. But it just seemed like maybe it's a good place. So we'll see. If it happens, it happens. Also, another thing, we were talking the one day at the group, if you remember, about having inspiration boxes. And they will be kind of like those subscription type boxes that you see, you know, other people have, other companies have. But you have to sign up for them and you have to commit to like 3 months or something like that. Or if you go for a year, they give you a cheaper price or whatever. But normally all they are is just a bunch of beads, and some of them will go together. Mostly it's just kind of a bunch of disparate stuff, kind of like my old muses used to be. You got what you got and nobody ever knew what was in them. You know, not a lot of plan to it. And I thought, well, you know, if you're selling vintage stuff or you're doing de-stash, that can work fine. But I'm not going to do de-stash with these. I can't. So, I mean, I'm going to spend time. It'd be like kind of like when you buy a kit for a class. You know, I spend time. It takes a lot of time to get those kits ready. But this is going to have to pay for me and for you, both of us. It has to be worth it to both of us. So I really have been taking a lot of time to think, you know, how am I going to do this so that it'll be win-win, you know? And so I finally got it figured out. I've got 3 months figured out what I'm going to do. The first one's going to be kind of a fall thing, and it'll be based on color, but it's not going to be just beads. It's going to be stampings and other stuff too. Then I have one for December, and it's going to be all blingy and crystally, you know, kind. Mm-hmm. And then in January, I have one that's going to be matte black. And a lot of colors that go with that, like jewel colors. That's why we were talking about that at the group. I wanted to see what you liked, you know. Give me some ideas. So I've just about got them planned. Having I found the right boxes, you know, you like to have a nice box that you can label and put on the shelf and say, you know, this is what's in here and save it for another day. So we found the right kind of boxes that we could afford to use and make it look good. And we'll be going from there. So anyway, what's the question?
Is Ruby only for vintage and collectible jewelry?
Ruby is for artisan-made jewelry. It is for vintage jewelry. Has to be 20 years old if it's vintage. Because that is the definition of vintage anyway. I'm double jump ringing these sides in case you guys wonder what is she doing. But I might put 3. Just adds a little more stability. And so, and then you can have antique too. But you can sell other things too, Michelle. You can sell like antique vases, pottery, collectible pottery, kitchenware, kitsch, just, you know, anything like that. The only thing, if I read correctly, they don't seem to want you to be selling things like compacts and old perfumes unless they're empty. They have some rules about it. And they got the Ruby Lane police too. They'll take your listing down if they don't think it's right. And you can fight with them if you want, or you can just let it go and move on. But I fought with them in the past when I was there and pointed out to them that they were wrong and they were okay with it. You could sell old books there too. I asked them, hey, can I sell my book there? I told them, you know, what book I'd written, and it was about collectible jewelry and a company that everybody likes and all that. I said, I'm not allowed to sell it at Etsy. Would I be allowed to sell it there? And he said, you can absolutely sell it here. We'd love for you to sell here. So I'm happy about that. I can put my book on Ruby Lane. I don't think I can do the digital EPUB, but a book, real book I could do. So that's kind of cool. So, yeah, I'm just going to do jewelry, you know. You're allowed up to 15 images. And they don't cost any more. So, I mean, there are a lot of perks to it. The only thing is you've got time in it. So, anyway. You've got some time in it, so you have to consider your time as well. You know, if you get a feeling like, I don't know if this will be worth it to me, then don't do it. Because you got to work it to make it work. But I know for me, it doesn't work for me to put my jewelry on my website because everybody wants to use the same parts because I sell parts there. And I may not have them. They might be vintage or something else, and then they're disappointed. Or they want to know, where's the tutorial for that? And it might be my design, and I don't have one yet, and maybe not ready to do that. So I thought, you know, I was an artist before I did supply, and I'm still an artist, so I'd like to take it somewhere where I can concentrate on, you know, selling my design work. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I sold some of my jewelry at Etsy, but it usually doesn't sell until I put it on Pretty Big Sell. And that's because a lot of my stuff at Etsy is a bargain. So I think, you know, a lot of Etsy buyers are looking for bargains, you know. Hey, who isn't? But at Ruby Lane, it's a little bit more upscale crowd, and they are looking for unique things, hard to find things, well-made things, you know, stuff like that, and they expect to pay more. And it's not like I want to charge a ton of money for it. You know, I want to sell them reasonably, but if I do that, I think I might do okay. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, it's every reason to do it for me. Give it a shot. I have a lot of nice pieces sitting here, not doing anything with them, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, they will rebate that fee to you, that monthly fee, which is only $25. They'll rebate it to you so long as you have 30 things in your shop and evidence that you're putting new things in all the time, and you get it back. So that's kind of cool, I think. All right, so here's a necklace. Now I have to split it in the back. I have to split it in the back to, you know, put the clasp on. Here's the front of it. Now here's what I do. And I did it in Andrea's necklace too. As I put some little beads in between too to kind of fill it out. This one I have them in too. And then I went up the sides pretty far from my center, which is this. No. This is my center. So I went up pretty far from there. So all I didn't do is kind of the part that starts to go around your neck and around the back, because nobody sees that anyway. So I figured, you know, why bother with that? So here's Javi getting her stuff out. So anyway, here's what I did with that book chain and how that works. And so you can see it makes a really cool front. So if you've got some of this stuff laying around, hike it out and do something with it. You know, it's really great. I think it's the best charm bracelet chain you can buy. I like it a lot. So anyway, I'm going to get it out the way so that Javi can come here and finish out her earrings. You can see them.
I didn't bring anything else to finish.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well,
No.
at least they can see them done. I'm going to get out the way so she can come show you that. And then I think we'll be finishing up for today.
Yeah.
It's about time to finish up.
Too many chairs.
Yeah, we got both of them over here. Okay.
Don't hit the camera.
Nope.
Okay, this is what it looks like. Probably should bring a piece of paper. Ta-da! Woohoo, look at that. Gorgeous. I'm going to see if I got any bubbles here. I don't think I got any bubbles on this. I'm surprised.
No.
So if you mix it really well, the other ones had bubbles in it. Yeah, I'll show you. There's one bubble on here that irritates me. There's the bubble right there. You see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Right there. You see it? There's a bubble.
Well.
It's not very noticeable. I mean.
Oh, yeah. When you turn it in the light just right.
Turn
yeah,
it in the light. I mean, you can't see it when you're wearing it, but I mean,
but
I see it. I guess
that's something you want to look out for before you put it in the light to cure it, to make sure that they're out.
And if you guys want to have another idea, if you guys like the design and you're like wondering what am I going to do in the back, you know, you can do the same exact design.
Yeah.
On the back.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have a reversible.
Mm-hmm. So you could,
earrings.
take time to do both of them. The only thing I would say, I was thinking today about, would there be a time when maybe you wouldn't want to do resin on both sides? And I was thinking, okay,
That's a
for a
good question.
bracelet would be fine, earrings would be fine because it's not going to touch skin, not
Maybe
really.
like a necklace,
But a necklace I wouldn't.
yeah.
Because like, for example, on mine, that center big one, if you wear it on a hot day and you have resin on that side, you might not really think you're allergic to resin, but resin can't, some people are. So I'm thinking for that case, you know, you might say you're outside, you went to a picnic or outside party or something, and you got a little bit, you know, you got hot a little bit or maybe a little sweaty there. You could maybe break out. So I would not put resin on the back of charms and things that was going to be touching skin. Now, here's the difference. If you have a long necklace and the pendants are at the bottom and it's not going to be touching skin, in that case, I think it will be fine. But if anything is going to touch skin, I would not do it. Like a ring, don't coat the inside with resin. You need Jewelry Shield, which my main supplier for that is not carrying it anymore, but I think I know where else to get it, so I need to call them this week and get some in here because I think I have one bottle left, and it's the bomb. That's the best thing to cover backs with is Jewelry Shield.
Yeah.
This is totally hypoallergenic type thing. So, yeah, I wouldn't do backs of anything that's going to touch. Hey, Louise, how you doing? So,
Brenda has a lot
I
of
was
hearts
trying to
back
see everything. Keep forgetting that I have
Yeah,
to
it's over
come
there.
up here. Okay.
Beautiful earrings and love Brenda's necklace too.
Thank
Aw.
you, Joanne.
Hey, don't forget we guys have this little heart over here on the website.
Yeah,
It's a very
that
beautiful
would be
heart.
so darling done with
Oh yeah.
resin color.
Oh yeah. Make
That
the
one
bow
kind of
like
gets
red
overlooked, and
make
I
it, like,
can't quite
pink.
understand it because I've bought
That'd
that
look
heart
really
for
nice.
30 years and used it in jewelry.
Maybe we should do something with it.
And it always sold good, but when
It's
I
cute
went to
just by
sell
itself.
supplies, people weren't like so much into it.
Oh really?
No.
Huh. Interesting.
And I never could understand quite why that was, but it was. So
That's a
I
really
know,
nice
but I
piece.
think if we did something with it, people would get into it quick. See, sometimes it just takes somebody else to show you.
Yeah, you
what-
know, somebody
You just don't think, that's why it's so,
good
you know,
thing.
a smart man once said, a great crowd of counselors. There's
Yeah.
wisdom in a great crowd of counselors. That's what we are. We're a bunch of people who like the same thing. And so when we all get together and we say, hey, about this, how about that? Or I found out this when I did it. Oh, you know, don't do that. Or you know, this might be better or whatever. We're not being critical, but we're just throwing ideas out there. Then we learn. And that's why, you know, we have the live videos. They're really good for that. And also the creative groups. So if you're on here listening to us maybe now or later, if you watch this video, because I'm happy to say last Friday's video already has over 500 views, and that's good for us. So we're glad, we're very encouraged by that. So if you see it later, just come on over to Facebook. If you do Facebook, I know not everybody does, but if you do Facebook, come over to Facebook and punch in Bisou Boutiques Creative Group, and it'll come right up, and you can come over and ask to join because it's a private group. And there are a lot of cool people in there. You know, there are people in that group who are my friends for life. No kidding. Some of them I've never met. And some of them I have. Some of them have come to see me. But you meet people and they become dear to you and you learn from each other. So it's wonderful. So you're invited to come. It's free. Doesn't cost a dime. Just like this video, just come on over and show us the things you're making with Bisou Boutique product. We love to see them. You can do polymer clay, you can do epoxy sculpt, which I do a lot these days. You can do wire, you can do charms and stampings, you can do the Bisou 1928 pewter, you can do zinc castings. I mean, we do all kinds of stuff. So come and join us, and we will hopefully see you over there if we don't know you already. Or if you haven't been there for a while, please come back. Please come back and see us because we're making things exciting these days.
Yeah.
Okay, Javi, did you have something in the nail thing that you
Yeah, I
were
was doing my little heart.
Okay, can you move that enough? Will it mess it up? Because I wanted to show them which one I'm using.
Oh, you got?
Yeah,
Okay, you want me to
I
scoot
want you
everybody
guys to
out?
see. So if you go to Amazon to buy one, you'll know which one I use, so you'll know if you like it. it works. It works.
I mean, the flashlight is great for like projects that you're on. Like,
yeah,
you
if
need
it
to
has
hold it, or,
dimension like something round or like a
Yeah.
cuff or something,
That is really helpful.
that the flashlight's cool. I
Okay,
think you
this
should
is-
have both.
This is what Brenda uses. I
This
don't
is
know. I gotta
called
zoom out.
Sun UV
Sun UV. Focus on UV LED,
applications. Sun SUN.
And it has like the 5 seconds, 30, 60. So I do like 5 of these.
Yeah, yeah. So Javi has my old one.
Yeah.
And then I just got this, and then there's another one that I have downstairs. I kind of like it because it has a tray in it that you can pull out and push back in. I kind of like that feature too. But yeah, it's just a nail
Had a
lamp,
little hard in
you know. Or like if you don't want to wait for Amazon and you're going, you know, down to Strip Plaza or something, go to Sally's. Sally's has them. You can buy them in there. I don't know where else you'd buy it. Maybe
I don't
like
know, you know.
Walmart
I would think
or
I would
place
think
like
those
Walmart,
places, you know,
maybe.
for nails, you know, you're
Yeah, Sally's has them.
yeah,
You
then
just walk in and buy
probably
them.
that
Maybe
would.
Ulta probably would.
yeah,
Of course,
I
they'll
would think so.
they'll charge you 2 prices for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Ulta's very high. But yeah, there are places you can get them
Screenshot.
to. So anyway.
Oh wait, somebody had a question here. Do you know if E6000 sticks to resin, like if you wanted
Oh,
to
you don't
glue
have to
rhinestones
glue
the
it
top?
though. We were going to
Like
show
Javi's
you.
showing.
We were going to show you that today. And we didn't do it, Darcy.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
You can, if it's a little lightweight flat back resin, not flat back rhinestone, like a 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter. All you have to do is just drift that rhinestone down into the resin. Just be sure it's not too thick, because if it will, it'll start to run up over the rhinestone. You don't want that. But you know, resin is a glue. So if you just
I thought
put
you
it down
did
into
one.
there before you cure it, and then you never have to use these. You can use E6000 though, but you don't have to. You could just put it right
Yeah.
in there. Now, if you were doing like how Javi did a few weeks ago in the little short, the little spinner, this chrysanthemum spinner, in that case, I would not use resin for your glue in that. I would go ahead and use the hypertube cement.
Oh.
You know, you could. It's not going to eat your foil or anything like that. You could, but I think the hypertube would be better in that case, maybe. But yeah, if you're just making a little heart charm, you want to put a little rhinestone or some rhinestones, yeah, you could just drift it down into resin. Just be sure that your application of resin is not too thick, because if it's kind of thickish, then it will kind of consume the rhinestone. So hopefully that makes some sense. So anyway, see, Michelle says she always learns something new.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I learn new things from you guys too.
Yeah,
All the
definitely.
time. All the time. All the time. Learn better things to do
time.
things. So what's your heart look like over there?
I just
honey?
made like a simple heart, you know.
What'd you do?
I just did like a little the red.
Oh, she did the little puffy
You know,
charm.
I did
oh,
one
that's
of the
good. So
puffy
she just
charms.
colored the heart in the middle of it.
Yeah, I just wanted to do red.
Yeah,
And you can do
that
the other
looks
side
great.
as well if you want.
I love that.
But if it's going to go on a body, I guess.
I
then
love
do
those
that.
puffies. We have them at the site. We have a lot of them, and we do have some at Etsy. At Etsy, little sets of them, like sets of 12. I think you get 4 different designs, 3 of each, and those are a bargain. Because I had a little few too many of them, so I put those on Etsy. When they're gone, though, I won't have them for that price again. So anyway, does it go together?
No, you see how this color changed a little with the gold? And this is like
It kind
red.
of merged.
Yeah, it's kind of cool
Well, it's
though.
you took the toothpick and you dragged it down
Yeah, I
through there,
did.
so it would definitely do.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know it did that.
Well, see, can you partially cure it and then add the rhinestone? I suppose, but I don't know if it would stick as good. You probably should put it in from the beginning. Just don't apply it too thick. You'll be okay.
Yeah,
If you
just
want to
put it
glue it
down.
on after, you can, but it'll actually probably look better if you put it down in the resin. You just have to be sure it's not too thick. That's the main thing about it. We'll try to demonstrate that one day. In fact,
Yeah,
I
we
had
should do
a little box of flat backs out, but I wasn't finding the
nice
right
ones?
one, and then we were doing so many things here that I
Oh,
just...
you mean this thing over here?
Yeah, I had that, but I just
You
didn't find
wanted
it
to
quite.
use some flat back?
I had a lot of chatons in there. The chatons are the ones that have the point
pointed,
backs.
yeah.
So anyway, well, I think it's time for me to go make pasta, Javi.
Yeah, I
So
think
we
so
can
too.
have pasta and meatballs. Anyway, and Steve got stuff to do too. They gotta go get their
I know, they gotta get
nail
making here.
their nail machine and
You gotta start making stuff.
start making stuff. So it was really great to be with you guys today. I think you guys are wonderful. I love you each and every one. Come over to the group and show us what you're doing. Oh, Kelly says, I never had any interest in trying resin until I started watching your videos. Wow, I feel complimented. We haven't been doing a lot of resin videos except for like the last year or so.
That's what I was thinking. I was
But
like, I need to get on top of this.
I always did the standard
ideas.
2-part, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
But then I started using UV and my world changed. So anyway, we love you all. We got to get running. I know you got stuff to do too. Hey, BJ.
Thanks
we'll
for
see
staying,
you,
guys.
Laurel. You guys are great. Love ya.
Chicken says hi.
Bye. Yeah, you got to
Bye.
put that chicken in there. Okay.